All right, everybody. Hello, and we are going to design some panels, or excuse me, pixels. Oh boy, it's been that kind of a week. Um, this is live, so I'll be having barking dogs all the way through. Um, now, if we remember, um, that's going to be going on for some time. We are going to have to create a hero using well, basically any size you want, but given what kind of material we have to go with, we're going to be restricting ourselves to 16 by 16 square. All right, come here. Woody, quit barking. I understand. You're trying to protect the house. So, what's to understand is that we have um, not that many colors that we can use. We can be inventive, certainly. Um, certainly, we can be inventive. And now I have a dog crawling behind me. But we have to keep in mind that each one is going to have quadrants. What I mean by that is, let me see now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these 8 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So these top 2 quadrants here can only have can only be assigned one of 4 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same here, and down here, and down here. And in the purposes of saving space, it's probably advised that we, have the same for colors to define the top 2 quadrants, and we can have different colors for the bottom 2 quadrants. That's just how things are. You can have more if you wanted to, but I think we're going to start with 4 for right now. And also with sprites, what I'm curious about is really okay. So with most art figures, let's say for doing painting, right? There is a 7 point. Was it 5 to 1? No, it was a ratio, wasn't it? Yeah. So if we were to in general, when drawing a figure, it's going to be 7.5 heads for an adult figure. Since we don't have that luxury to put in that much detail, because we're dealing with such a small area, what I'm wondering is how does that, how are we deviating here? And I think the way to find out is to actually go to the sprite. So, didn't want to see that. So let's go to the sprite itself. There we go. And let's load up our maze. Okay. And let me see. There's a player. Okay. So our player, let's see if we were to go to head itself. So the head's going to start right here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3 starts, let's say 2 down. So from here down to 1, 2, 3. This is one head. And let's see, the body is 2 and feet is 3. So that's body and that's feet. At least according to this. Now, this differs greatly from the 7.5 to 1 ratio, and we're actually looking at a completely different ratio here where the head is bigger than anything. And the big part of that is because we got to get definitions for the eyes, we got to give definitions for the mouth. We got to give some kind of definition for recognizable parts of the face, which is why the head is going to take so long. So what I want to do is I want to define kind of a generic body type here. So that is something that we can take and alter however we choose. So let's use this as a model. And this is why I'm using crayons, because these are going to be easier to do. Let's just develop a vanilla model here. All right, so where's our vanilla model going to start? Let's not bother with ears right now. So let's see, 4 in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start here. And we're going to go how far down? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Same thing here too. Let's assume symmetry. All right, and top. All right, so what do we got now? We got 1, 2 down. 1, 2 down. And then this will be interesting. The mouth is going to be covering these two, so we're going to get a different color for that. Let's go with this. Let's define. This is your mouth. Let's see. With this, we're going to say our eyes are here. And here. And the rest, we're going to just color in. Okay, so we have our basic head. Whether or not we want to move these up or down depends on what kind of character you want to make him. He's a pudgy little guy, so if you're to, squeeze in as much as you can, it still retains some kind of uh, detail. You can certainly try to do that. Let me see. Let's continue with this. So let's indeed add a chin here. Again, if you're artistic enough and you can have the patience, you can certainly alter this as much as you want. Okay, so that's our basic head. And I'm being deliberately colorblind about this because you can make your character any skin color you choose. And this is also assuming that your character is human form as well. You can certainly make him a refrigerator or an alien or Pac-Man or whatever you want. Entirely up to you. All right, so that's that. Now the body. Um, let me see. Reserve black for something else. Let's say for black, let's just use, I don't know, this, I guess. Okay, so for the body, one more than a face, so I say here. And here, I think I want to use that for that. Let's color that in. All right. That's good. And then for the feet, use black. And let's say down here, like I say, is a pudgy little guy. That's mainly it for our basic figure, is that general form. So then comes the question of how far do we want to change this? That depends on where you want to go with it. So for that, I think what we could start doing now is look for some influences. My game takes place in Brandon, Manitoba, or in Manitoba, sorry. So I got to consider race into this. And I had been toying around with either leaving the character as a white male or as a Native American male. Uh, I do need to be careful about that because I think I can, with not as many details in here, all I just need to do is just change the skin tone into something slightly darker. Or I can leave them like this, but I still want to see what I can do with this general form here. So let's have a look at some Garys from Manitoba. Okay. A lot of this is uninspiring. So let's think. Who is Gary here? From the story, Gary is a see somebody. So let's give him some definition. He's somebody who has been hiding inside of a um, arcade. So let's add that in here. Do I have anything? No? Okay. Take out that. Let's do Manitoba Arcade and let's do Gamer. I don't know why that's hiding. All right, so we don't have the computer screen showing up. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to describe it. So most of these gamers are. Okay, so what if I were to just take out Manitoba and look up Arcade Gamer? What about 80s gamers? Because ultimately, this is about an 80s gamer. Okay, so what immediately strikes out to me is what we could do here is possibly give him a mullet. Looking at style here. What does the style say to me? The shirt, I'm wondering if I can make that pink. That's just going to look bizarre, isn't it? I need something hip, though. All right. '80s gamer, '80s arcade gamer. Do we have anything here? Right away, I'm seeing blue jeans. Let me see. Could we? I wonder. Maybe if we could move these up one. move the mouth up one too. That way we can give his body an extra line here. Keep the hands where they are. And let's see. Let's lose some flaps. Let's remove that. uh, that should give what I think I need here. Keep that. And let's see if I could do this to be blue. No, jeans. That's what we want to go for. So let's say jeans. And for shirt. Neon seems to be the big thing, so that's going to have to, well, not necessarily. I'm going to look up 80s fashion for kids. What's that supposed to look like now? Green doesn't sit well with me. Black and white, possibly. We're going to try to limit to one color just because we don't have much to work with here. We are not going to have that much to work with. Plaid is a bad idea. I'm going to have to go with plaid. Pink, possibly. Red, I think. So red, pink. Probably give those a try. And what I'm seeing here is possibly a black band across the shirt, kind of like you know, green stripe, black stripe, green stripe. See if that works. If that doesn't work, then just go with a single color. I said green, but I'm gonna go with red or pink. Hairstyle. Hairstyle. All right, so 80s hairstyles. Yeah, yeah, I was afraid of that. We're not going to go with big hair. We're not going to go with mullets. Those are too obvious. We're not going to go for joke ones. I want something really generic. Okay, so possibly what we could do is, let me see. So we could do with kind of a wave. Possibly. I see that. So Let's look at the original sprite. He has his hair all around the place. We don't need to have hair floating out all over the place, do we? No, let's have him groomed, well groomed. That kind of design. Something sticking around back here. Let's see what that looks like. What kind of style? Doesn't matter. So let's try it. Let's call that in. All right, so then through here. Out here. Let's try that. And here, here, here. Okay. So he's a short-haired kid, kind of well groomed. See that. Now that I've decided, let's try that to be. What I'm curious about him now is. Okay. Where is it now? I'm looking for. Hey, Woody. All right. So that would be idle. So that's walking left. So. All right. That's frame 1. How many frames do we have? Got 4. All right. All right. So we need idle. No. For it's for movement. What exactly changes? Idle down. All right. So basically, for that, according to this example, um, so this eye here moves 1 pixel over. Everything else stays the same. And then we add kind of like a, right, so eye moves 1 pixel over. And then so it's kind of like when the head turns to walk in that direction. So we define one row head movement. So whether that means we add, more definition of a turn head, it's up to us. See, one thing I did do here is I removed the ears. In the main character here, he has his ears. I don't know if I want to add ears, but that's entirely, my consideration. So I don't know. Maybe something that we choose to do, how you define a character. And then 3, one hand moves forward. That is just for one frame. Frame 2, frame 1, yeah, frame, completely forgot about that. You need to have a foot movement as well, so this is going to come into play. Going to have to figure out how to get the character to move their feet forward. Frame 2. Okay, so it's basically, you gotta think in real world. The one hand is in front, the other one's behind. You gotta think about this in creating movement in 4 frames. Is everything else the same? Yeah. The head stays, and you're working on hands and feet. So basically, all the work is going to be down here. Frame 3 is basically the same as frame 1. And frame 4 you could mirror frame 1, or you can have it so that frame 4 is showing the movement on with which side is moving. So if you're moving over to the left, you show more of of your right side, and if you're moving to the right, you show more of left side. So 3, no, was it? Yeah, 3 and 1 are going to be the same no matter which direction. A lot of it is just experimenting with what your main character is going to look like. So, next step now is to commit all this to your digital editor using only black, white, green, and blue. And I'm going to have to get set up for that next. But I wanted you to know the value of having this down first, planning your character down on paper, so that when you do, translate it to something, to your digital format, well, you got all your notes here, so half your work is done for you. So I'll get set up for that next, but right now, that'll be it. And toodaloo for now.